Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year to you. Actually, I should say New Year's Eve. I am Rosie O'Kelly. This is the Rosie O'Kelly channel. We're going to do
Hello,
something.
everybody, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, we know, Rosie.
You.
We hear
Actually,
you.
I should say,
We hear you. We're going to be doing something here that I've never done before, and that is making ravioli. Hey, Rob, how are you? Hey, Monica. And specifically, we're going to make meat ravioli. Hello, Vicky. How are you? Nice to see you. Monica Barger in the house. Rob. Hope you're doing good. And hey, Diamonds. How are you, sweetie pie? Nice to see you. Hugs to all of you. I've never made ravioli before. I've never really been much of a person to make pasta before. I've always specialized in making a sauce. And what I'm going to do today is make raviolis, and I hope that they turn out good in the hopes of having them for New Year's dinner tomorrow night. Uber Goober lady, happy New Year's Eve to you. And I wish you health and happiness for 2019. Just a wonderful, wonderful person. Hello, Mike Moore. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Harvey's in bed feeling really ill. Well, I hope I can cheer you up. Farrell, how are you, sweetie? My English contingent coming in today. Nice to see all of you. And I'm sorry you're feeling under the weather. Well, we have really a two-step process to do here today. We have to make the filling for the ravioli, and then we have to make the pasta. If we're going to encapsulate it. And the reason I'm making this today, and I'll show you this nice kit that our good friend Joey D. And if you saw the video yesterday. Joey D, we celebrated his birthday here yesterday. He gave us a wonderful pasta making kit. Okay, good. You're over your cold there. Hello, I'm not nice. How are you? And actually, you are very nice. I hate to burst your bubble. Let me go ahead and show you this thing. Happy New Year to you, Susie. Let me go ahead and open this. I opened this beautiful wooden box here. It's a ravioli box, and it included a little bit of olive oil, some cutters for the ravioli, and it also included something I'd never seen before, and they call it a dome, or like this is from Repos Supply Company, and you use this to actually roll out your raviolis. Once you've put down a sheet of dough, hey Poppy, you put your fillings down on the whole all the filling, and then you put your top sheet on, and then you roll this over top of it, and evidently it squeezes out. Good to see you, Michelle. It squeezes out. Thank you, Mike Moore. It squeezes out the filling between and pushes it into the pockets. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works. It might be a disaster today. I don't know. We'll just have to say. Like I say, I've never done it before. And Joey D gave me this very nice kit here, Repass Supply Company, which specializes, and this is handmade in California. So it's really a two-part process. Yeah, I hope you feel better, Harvey. Yeah, it's a fun kit. This is the wonderful friends I have, and we were so happy to celebrate his birthday yesterday with him. It was really a great time. So we have to decide. We have two parts to do here. We have the meat filling part, and we have to do the pasta dough. Hey, Sandy, how are you, sweetie? I know Sandy knows a good pasta. And Happy New Year's Eve to you, Sandy. Yeah, so what I've decided to do is make the meat filling first, because that needs to cool down before we put it into our before we use that in our recipe. So I have half Italian sausage and I have half beef. And make sure you're drinking a lot of fluids. And I have this nice scale that Joe Kane gave me here, and 200, I think it's 200, let me see what it is to half a pound, 226 grams. I think it's half a pound. Yeah, 220, about 227 grams is a half a pound. So we're going to go ahead and do the meat filling on here first. And I have my, let me put this on the side. I'm going to use some of this nice olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. It looks very cute. I'll open this up, show you guys the container here. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming tonight for, I'm going to be dressed up and doing a New Year's Eve. Yes, I am. Yep. Just like last year. We all duded up for tonight. So isn't that cute? Little thing of olive oil there. And this is estate pressed olive blends from Napa Valley, Round Pond Estate in Rutherford, California. Isn't that cute? Little like designer olive oil. Hello, Oda May. Hey, Sammy. How are you? All right, so we're going to go ahead. I want to measure out about half of this meat, and I've got this nice scale that Joey D. Yeah, it's going to be fun tonight. I'm going to do a lot of drinking and you know, usual mayhem that I get into. Let me sit this aside over here. I don't have a lot of counter space here. Unfortunately, and I put about half of this. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. These guys are getting so sloppy at the market. I asked for Italian sausage, and he marked this ground chuck, USA. So I don't know. The guy must have been sleepwalking behind the counter there. So I'm going to use about half of this. Grab about half of this. Go ahead and grab my spoon here. Get about half of this sausage. I think we'll just measure that up. I'm going to put a little bit of tissue on the scale, and you need to have very good food prep handling when you're handling pork. Okay. Every time I handle the pork, you'll see me wash my hands with the antibacterial scrub. Okay. All right. So let us go ahead and get a little bit of, grab a little piece of wax paper here and throw that. I hope everybody's having a good day today. There probably would be a long process. It might be boring to some people here, but I'm never bored when it's something I've never done before. I'm actually pretty excited to see how that roller. Thank you, Preston Scott. Hashtag Preston Scott. Happy New Year, Rosie. Ravioli time. There's a phone number. I think it's just a WhatsApp number. So, Oda May, I'm going to wrench you up for a bit here if you don't mind, if you're going to be around. All right, you just take care of business on the side chat, my girl Oda May. I'm going to sit this. This should be about 226 grams here. Yeah, it's about 243, a little more than that. And that is fine. Yeah, we'll get Oda May to maybe remove that from the side. So put half of that in here. And then we're going to wrap up the rest that we're not using. I can use that for a separate time to make it again. I'm not going to make a huge quantity of ravioli. Okay. Yeah, Tom Finland's not here. And I have a tremendous amount of trust in Oda May. She's a very good friend of mine off of the YouTube platform too. So, all right. So then I'm going to go ahead and grab half of this. I got a nice ground round here. You can see beautiful color. This place really does have great meat. We'll go ahead and do, yeah, a little too much there. We'll take a little bit of that off. Yeah, that should be pretty good right there. So It does. It's my awesome hooker shirt here, huh? What do you think of that? There it is, my girl, awesome hooker. She sent that to me some time ago. Missy Jenn and I, what a sweetheart she is. She's a real good friend of the channel and does a really good chat. If you haven't subbed her up, make sure you do so. She's a real sweetheart. Hash info, oh geez. Well, this is her. That's her channel name is Awesome Hooker. Everybody loves Awesome Hooker, okay? Now we're gonna break that up a little bit. I am using a iron skillet here. Okay. Break that all up into a little bit. And let's go check our filling components here that we're going to use. And I think it's, check this thing. I think it's pretty straightforward for this. I want to wash my hands again. Hello, Mike Jetson. Nice to see you. This girl's Journey. How are you? Nice to see you. All right, so let me get my phone and look at the ingredients here. And here we have our ½ pound of Italian mild sausage, ½ pound of ground beef. And we're going to go ahead and initially start to brown this off. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. We want to be careful. We don't want this to be super wet, okay? Because we don't need, you know, we only need a very little bit for this part. We'll be using more of the olive oil for the pasta. Boy, this is a little difficult thing to get off of here. Boy, they got to have everything. Ever since that Tylenol poisoning, everything's got to be such a pain in the ass to open. I'm really anxious to use this designer olive oil from right in Napa County, but man, what a bitch to get it open. I think that might do it. Yeah. All right, there we go. Happy New Year to you, Hash. Hello, Happy Meal. Nice to see you. I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil here, just so the meat doesn't get burned. And I'm going to go ahead and put the heat to this. Okay, and keep breaking up that meat a little bit. And then we'll add our spices in. You don't want to add it in too early. Okay, pardon the noise. I'm going to cut over to a wooden spoon here. And I love to cook with wooden spoons. Hey, Andrea, how are you, sweetie? I love to cook with wooden spoons. They are the best. Yeah, Harvey said, if you don't hear from me, I probably died. Well, okay, yeah, I'm doing a live stream tonight. Hey, Mr. Pickle, no, I'm not drinking yet. It's 12:55 in the afternoon. Mr. Pickle's going to say, well, you know, Rosie, it's cocktail time somewhere in the world, and yes, it is. Indeed, it is. Hey, Ash, how are you, baby doll? Nice to see you. And I hope you and yours down in the great state of Arkansas have a wonderful 2019. We're not going to need to scale anymore. All right, so this is a very basic recipe. All it is a ½ pound of ground round and a ½ pound of ground pork. Okay, Italian mild sausage. You can get that in bulk. If you can't find it, you can always open up Johnsonville sausages. Just split the casing and use the Italian sausage. This is just a much higher quality sausage than that. So. Wooden spoons, they're not scraping off. One reason I like them, Sandy, is they are not scraping any metal off of any surfaces here. And plus, they do clean up well, and the wood provides a little bit of germ resistance too. Now we are not scraping off a lot of iron off of the skillet. So I think everybody should have a really good set of wooden spoons. when they're working on pots in pans and in pots. And especially good long handle ones. Okay? Where's New Year's first? China? I guess somewhere in the South Pacific, I think, is where it's hey Larson, everywhere. Thank you, Hash Info. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna have fun. Oda May's hiding. He's here. He's here. Oh, it's already smelling good in the kitchen, I can tell you that. I don't want to release a lot of oil. I want this to be a filling that holds together by hand. I have no idea how this roller is going to work. This could be a real freaking disaster today. I don't know. That's rounding off real good. There she is. Yeah, she's got a life. I just stuck that wrench in her hand. Yeah, so to this, we're going to be adding a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of garlic for starters, a half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of basil, or you can use 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, which is kind of the same thing. Okay, it's a blend of all those. All right. Definitely use wooden utensils. Hello, low profile. They're also good to spank that butt. Mr. Pickle says, can't fire off fireworks tonight, too wet. How about that? They'll be doing it here. It's dry as a bone, but I'll tell you what, it's windy as hell, which is very rare for this area. Very windy today. It's an ill wind that blows no good. Who gave that famous quote? Just making sure. There's Oda Mae Brown's attorney is in the house. I'm waiting for the Assyrian Secret Service to show up. That's my new favorite. That's my new favorite troll account, the Assyrian Secret Service. That's great. And don't send me any more pictures of Elvis either. Hey, Tucky, you chicken butt, Happy New Year to you. Tucker must be an aficionado. Thank you, Tucker. Hashtag Tucker. Aficionado. 10 Canadian. Thank you, Tucker. Love you, sweetie. Tucker always says, Rosie, even with the dumb shit that you do all the time. See, Dave and I would, well, you know, we would have been, not that Dave, but Tucker and I, we would have definitely been an item for sure. Now I'm going to do something here that you don't see. I'm going to give you a favorite trick right now. You need to have this meat very finely cut. Hey, Chrissy, I'm going to take the dough cutter and go right down here like this and mince that super fine right in there. This is what you use for cutting in butter to flour. And this thing just makes a fantastic thing to really finely chop this combination of meats here. Okay, thank you, Tucky. You guys do know that Tucker wants to put me over his knee. You know that. I'm gonna get my nurse's outfit, and me and Mama Bear are gonna go up there, and we're gonna be Tucker's nurses. How about that? What do you think about that, Tucker? Megan Fox, Happy New Year, Cassidy Hampton. I just had a cup of that wonderful Darjeeling tea for lunch today. Okay, now we're going to add, we've got our onion salt here. We're going to add half a teaspoon of granulated onion here. Okay, I just bought this fresh today. I will also be representing Mr. Poon. I'll get Tucker's ticker in good shape. You believe that, huh, Tucker? Huh? Onion, huh? Me and Mama Bear, baby. Mama bear, those titties be flying everywhere. Okay, half a teaspoon of onion powder here. Okay, this will give our meat a nice seasoning. Remember, we got a half a pound of ground round, and we got half a pound of Italian mild sausage there. Okay. Let's see, Tucker, behave yourself. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. Next, we've got a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Let's get out our garlic powder here. Thought I got that out already. Garlic powder. Okay, there's our garlic powder. Nice fresh one I got. We're going to use a half a teaspoon of that. Okay, it's pretty powerful stuff, so it goes a long way. You can use fresh garlic. I mean, real Italians would keel over, I think, using the powder, but it makes it pretty easy. Let's see, a teaspoon of oregano. We're going to drop in here. Make it like I'm not cooking. Profanity's allowed here. This is not. This is not an Elvis chat. Okay. This is real world, real YouTube. Smoke until the munchies kill you. There you go. Mr. Pickle says no F words. What's interesting is that this uses a little bit of rosemary, just a touch of rosemary, which is kind of rare. I don't see many Italian recipes that use rosemary, and it only uses a touch of it. And by a touch, I mean like, ooh, that smells good. Like 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay, all you need there, and that's really just the leaves, the dried rosemary leaves there. I think that makes it a little more aromatic. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to add that in. Yeah, this is a country club chat. All the spices are flavorful. You know, when you have Italian cooking, your kitchen, you know how great your, you know how wonderful your kitchen smells when you're cooking. Okay, then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of salt too. I'm just putting all the spices down on the meat now. I'm not really a slave to measuring spoons and all that. Okay. All right. So I think I got that salt, pepper, and then we're going to add our cheeses in too. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to release some of the flavor from these spices here. And when you heat spices up, that's when it releases the flavors. Okay. Should be really good. All right. Ooh, the whole kitchen. I can't even tell you. You're making a cheese tray. I can't even tell you how nice the kitchen smells right now. And then for our, we're going to use, we don't really have Romano, but I do have, I'm going to use a cup of Parmesan cheese, and we're going to add that into that. Okay, and cheese will be like the binder of this, okay? And I'm going to add a little bit of mozzarella in too. Hopefully that's going to melt. Oh, I can't tell you how nice that smells here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of ricotta here too. Okay. Get me measuring cup out. Oh yeah, I wish we did have that too. We're in the kitchen. Hey, Mouse Toes, how are you? All right. Bind that with some Parmesan cheese on there. A little bit more. Okay. And what the Parmesan does is just bind that up really good. Okay. That's going to melt down. I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to add just a scotch more olive oil here, just so nothing burns. Oh, that smells good. And I'm going to add a little bit of ricotta cheese too. I love ricotta cheese. Hooker! I don't have my boom box on today, but I am representing. I am representing today. I figured in honor of my girl Hooker last night, gone into the ring of doom and surviving and coming out. as the champion of champions. I will just go ahead and wear this today. So this is looking good. This is all bound together. Right? Put that off a little bit more. It's going to be a delicious filling here. All right. Yeah, Hooker, the girl represents, you know. The girl represents last night. I was laying in bed and listening to the show. All right. Hey, Lisa Yarborough, how are you doing, honey? I'm doing great. I want to add just a touch of mozzarella in here too, as just a little bit of an additional binder. And this is fine shredded mozzarella. You can optionally add if you want, or not add. I don't think it much going to diminish anything at all. Okay, but once this is all combined, you do want to, yeah, I like the Hooker shirt. Yeah, I've actually worn it a lot, but in honor of the show last night, I thought, what the hell? Got to do it, baby. Yes, it is delicious. I'm going to sneak a little taste now. Mmm. Mmm. Wowzer. 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 Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Great filling. Now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to add, we want to make sure this will clump together well. We don't ever want this really wet here. We want to make sure when it's nice and cooled down that we'll be able to spread that and make little little patches of meat, little meat pillows there. So I'm going to go ahead, spoon this out now. Yeah, Harvey's in sick bay on Her Majesty's service. Harvey went down today. All right, let's go ahead. Sean the Brit must be a British thing, huh? Go ahead and take our filling, put it in here, and then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. And we're going to make our pasta. Okay, so there's our filling. It should be able to hold together pretty well, I think, once it's cooled down. Okay. Yeah, you're out of commission on the Queen's service, so you're on a bit of a holiday, huh? In sick bay. That's Harvey's YouTube's James Bond. Huh? I guess that makes me Miss Goodhead. I hate you fucking guys. All right, let's put this away. Hello, who do we got? 60s, how are you, sweetie? Taking everything except steroids. This is our mixture. It should be able to hold together pretty good. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to put this in the fridge and let this cool down. Running out of fridge space. Stick that right in there. All right, go ahead and do a little cleanup on this. All right, yeah, I'm getting hungry too, Kitty Slicker. You ever seen one of these things? I think they call it a dome, D-O-M-E. And you kind of use that to roll out your pasta. Thank you, Mr. Pickle. If sick, one cigar and some Kentucky Spirit. There you go. Kind of use this to roll out. Some cases you will be putting down a sheet of dough, and then I will be kind of rolling this lightly over that bottom sheet, against the wind, just to get an idea of what the alignment's going to be, where I'm going to put the little filling in, and then we're going to put another sheet on top of that, and then this is going to roll and press down and make those little pillows. So it's going to be very challenging because I don't have a lot of counter space over here. So I'm going to do a little cleanup while everybody's enjoying themselves. Oh, your mom has one. I would imagine Ellie probably has an enormously big one there. So, right? They tell me, Harvey, you have a big one. For fuck's sake, Rosie. Yeah, I've never done homemade ravioli. I've never made homemade pasta before, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Well, you save some Parmesan. Save the mozzarella for making a pizza, and save the Parmesan for putting on top of the ravioli. So I can go ahead and put some of the spices away and clean up a little bit. All right, actually, I think we should probably make our dough, because that's gotta sit a bit too in here. Okay, so in this kit that Joey D gave me, some semolina flour, and this is what you need to make pasta. Scarlett said, Rosie, make the dough in narrow strips and fold over in a sealed. Well, the problem with that, Scarlett, is that's not going to allow me to use this. And I do have a wheel seal that's in the kit. So I really want to use this to do Polish pierogies. Yeah, I heard that they're really, really good. So let's go ahead and make our basic recipe here. So we're going to have 3 cups of the semolina flour. Let me open this. You know, because Scarlett, I got this thing here, but that's a very good idea. You had to roll over that. So I want to try that. This thing could be a total failure, in which case I'll probably end up just making a pizza and putting that topping on with, you know, the sauce, and it's typical Rosie fuck up. I know I got my awesome. I'm representing today. Yay! She was good last night. You know, Jewel's a friend of mine, but sometimes stuff can get a little out of control. You know, so. Okay, thank you, Scarlett. I just got this for Christmas from Joey D. This set. I'm going to move the mixer over in a minute, but I want to. Might as well move it over now so you can kind of see. I don't have a ton of room here. You see that a little better. All right, Crystal. There we go. You see that pretty well right there. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 cups of semolina flour in here. There's 1, 2, and this is really what they use in Italy. I think more. My daughter just got to see her, but on their way out for the night. Yeah, tell them be careful tonight. Don't want any tragedies here. Okay, so I'm gonna put the dough hook on this. Yeah, I got a blue jean skirt. I do. I've had to try to mix it up a little bit for the new year of 2018. Okay, and into this semolina, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Let's go ahead and grab that. That's nice. This little kit olive oil. I'm going to use that. Yeah, you tell those girls to be careful tonight. Okay. There's 1 tablespoon, and I do a little extra for what sticks to the measuring spoon there. All right. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? That cute right there. And then we're going to put half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add to this. How's my salt? Half a teaspoon of salt. And I like to add just a tad of pepper too, just a tiny bit to the pasta. Okay, and then we're gonna crack our 4 eggs. And if you're not good at cracking eggs, and if you're gonna leave shells in it, then best bet is to just crack them over something else and then put them into your mix. There's a shell right there. You can see that one right there. Nothing's perfect, and I've probably cracked 1,000 eggs or more, so it's never perfect. And if you're good, you got the one-hand technique, boom, just like that. Go ahead and throw this away. So I think that semolina flour is a really hard wheat, and you really need to have that to do a good pasta. It's going to be very flexible and stretchy and all that. So let's go ahead and lower this down now. This could make a little bit of noise. Put this on low. I'll go ahead and get this started here. Joey D. Yep. Harvey, I don't know if my Italian cooking would meet your standards, right? So here we're starting to mix that up. All right, then we have to I think we have to refrigerate that a bit. They gave me this cute little kit, and it has the ravioli cutter. Yeah, that mixer is nice. Ellie scored me a great deal on this the other night. I'm going to do a little cleanup while that's, I think we turn up I need to put a couple tablespoons of water in here too. 2 tablespoons of water. For you guys in the rest of the country outside of Baltimore say water. I would have been kicked out of Baltimore if I said water. Can you give me a cup of water? Hey man, it's water. Are you asking for water? What are you, a communist? Get with the program. All right, let's get the party started on this baby. It's not coming together too well, so I got to scrape down the sides here. Get that combined. It's going to take a little bit to get it going at first. There you go. What are you, a communist? Yeah, great for kneading bread. I give it a little better start right there. It's going to take a while to form that dough ball. It's actually going to use double, so I actually need 4 tablespoons. I actually need more olive oil, which is about this little container. I'm doubling the recipe to 3 cups instead of 1.5 of flour. I keep forgetting I'm doubling up the recipe. All right, put that on low. Nobody wants to adopt you. I'm going to adopt everybody. I'm going to have a bed check every night. Get that started a little bit and move that all in. Man, he's having a hell of a time grabbing that off the side. Let's put it in the middle here. Let's put that in the middle. You want in the shine room. There you go. Good choice. Take a while to get that combined. Take them off for all the flour to absorb all the water. Oh, there you go. Run away. Yes, come here. We'll have a naughty nighty party. We can work for our teeth. There you go. That's why I'm going to have a live streaming guest house with all these gorgeous girls. Huh? All of these gorgeous girls, Mr. Pickle. Give Mr. Pickle a great New Year's treat. Let's go ahead and get that off at the bottom there. All right, let's get that going again. We got to be careful Mr. Pickle doesn't do a panty raise. Look at over me. I'm coming in the spring as long as Marshall's moved in. Imagine. I can't help it if Marshall loves Oda Mae Brown. Oda Mae Brown, who broke the king's heart. Oda Mae Brown, the heartbreaker. Funny thing is, though, I know. Yeah, join the orphanage. I'm the one that's got the true pics of Oda Mae Brown. And you know what? What happens in my inbox stays in my inbox. Right? You were married once. What happened, Harvey? Harvey says he was married once. Come on, this stuff is not coming together. What the serious fuck? Come on. Do this crap by hand. Come on, man. Get this stuff going down here. I'm getting pissed. There we go. Now she's flying. Look at that, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! It's the Spam Ravioli, baby. Spam Ravioli. How you doing, Jordan Blue? I'll stay under the bridge building bikes with the locals. That's it. Mr. Pickle wants me on the under bridge, huh? There we go. Now we're finally getting that dough coming together. That's starting to look good now. We're doing a nice firm dough. I'm going to add a little more semolina to that. So we get just the right texture. Oh, I said I got your true pictures, Oda Mae. But what comes into my inbox stays in my inbox. Yeah, baby. Add a little more just to dry that a bit. Okay, I'm liking the way that dough's looking now. So I'm going to do a little more cleanup here. We'll probably have Bobby here tomorrow night. I might invite Bobby over tonight. I'll wait till Jen gets back. We might enjoy a New Year's hangout. Huh? It's going to be a nice one tonight. Last night was pretty wild. We had like dueling hangouts last night. Yeah, a little bit. Like me and Dave were going at it, and Awesome Hooker and Jill and Vinny. It's a pretty wild night, man. Flawless, how are you? Nice to see you. Flawless Legacy in the house. Tony, how are you doing? Oh, you're on your way. That's awesome. That's awesome. We take turns according to days of the week, right? My naughty girl. I don't remember Oda May, to tell you the truth. You were in my hangout later on. Dave did a hangout. Then during his, I went and did a response to his video, and then he kept going for a lot longer. We're okay. I mean, we said the things we needed to say. We also texted today. I just got off work. I didn't even hear. Yeah, I was at work earlier. We're gonna let that beat really good there. Hey Jeremy, happy New Year's Eve to you, my friend. Go ahead and clean this skeleton. No, I asked for a link to his hangout, but he said he was going to shut it down. It worked out. We communicated today. So. I have to stand by my moderator. That was the thing. I've got to stand by my moderator. This is coming together really good. This dough. Let's see. Need for 10 minutes until dough is elastic. Okay. That's good. Let's check and see what it feels like a little bit here. Yeah, that's going to have to go. That's going to have to knead a bit longer for sure. Okay. But that's going to be some good. That's going to be some good ravioli pasta dough right there. Yeah, it was a long night last night. I didn't know I'd be firing up a late hangout. I just like things to be honest. I like things to be honest and factual, you know. That's my deal. Yeah, this has got to go for a while I finish cleaning here. Yeah, I need to just clear things up. Yeah, thank you, Cha-Cha. I'm not anti-Dave. I'm just pro-peace. You know, I can't have all this shit coming down. And I can't second guess my moderator, Greg. He's been such a wonderful friend to me for so many years. He's been such a good friend. Birds. Yeah, this is it. This is a really nice. One here. I need to get the dough off the hook though, so it's being beaten. Let's remove this from the hook for a second. This dough is so it's so hard. Make sure you guys see that. Thank you, Oda May. Thank you, sweetie. I never expect to get many on my. You know, I've been honking around YouTube for too many years now. Yeah, it's gonna. I like the way that dough's coming along, but this hook is really struggling with that hard wheat. I think I'm going to add one last bit of olive oil here. All right, I have to grease that a little bit. Okay. My attorney should know about that. Hey, Kim, how are you, sweetie? Here's my girl Vicky. Vicky, you keep sending me those glamour shots, honey, okay? My girls keep me constantly supplied. Good afternoon, Glitch. Good afternoon to you. I hope you're doing well. And Happy New Year's Eve to you, Anonymous Glitch. Happy Ravioli Day. Yeah, it looks like a big lipoma, doesn't it? Yeah, but now it's starting to really come together really well now. Look at that. Starting to really work that dough real good now. I could watch this all day. Take quite a while to absorb that water. Or as Jordan Blue calls it, water. Wasn't me, Larson. It was Jordan Blue. Jordan Blue's on the comedy circuit there. Go check our meat filling. Yeah, I like it too. This is Hooker sent this, I think, around Christmas time. Soothing, calming, satisfying videos. There you go. Yeah. I'm betting yours turned out better than mine will. This is really working nicely here, though, now. Baby really gets to working. What we're going to do is let that rest for 5 minutes, and then we're going to finish that off. It's, you know, we want to make sure that's good and elastic, and it's not going to stick to anything. So we'll let that rest and absorb a little more of that flour on there. What do you think, Rosie? Crack a beer. Vote 1 for yes or vote 2 for no. Vote now. Operators are standing by to take your vote. 1 for have a beer, 2 don't. Hey, Buff, how are you? How are you doing? There we go. Oda Mae Brown weighing in first at the booth. 1, 1. Hey, Wiz. 1, 1, 1. There we go. There we go. Uber Goober lady's like, yes, Rosie, by all means, have a beer. Pour some into the ravioli there. Who in the hell cares, right? No, this is actually, Jordan, you're going to be proud of me. This was in the kit. Durum semolina flour. So knead, wrap dough, let it rest, and then roll it out. So we still got some more kneading to do on it, but I'm letting it rest a little bit here. Okay, let's have a beer. Maybe Jen will be a little upset when she gets back to the store to see me drinking, but hell. Come on, man. How the fuck do you open this beer up? Come on. What a torture. There we go. Thank you. There it is. Tell her it's mine. There we go. I had to chisel the damn beer out of the fucking refrigerator. The box is in sideways on its top. You know, I don't know if Missy Jenn's an advocate of daytime drinking or not, but it's New Year's Eve. That's right, Hooker. It's New Year's somewhere in the world, right? Awesome Hooker right here. Hooker, we're kind of celebrating you today. We've elevated you to superstar status here on the boy. No, I didn't get that beer in the hood. I got to celebrate for Harvey. No, I got this Joey D. We don't drink glass bottle beer. We're all about cans and Steel Reserve and all that shit. So there it is. Joey D bought some. Well, I mean, Elvis will be welcome to come by. As long as everybody behaves themselves, you know. All right, here we go. Let's get this baby cranking again. Alexa's going crazy. Alexa, do you like me? I think you're magnificent. Hey Douglas, how are you? Alexa had me wired wrong. We're going to do a striptease. Luna Moon, how you doing, sweetheart? Let's talk about Steel Reserve, okay? Let's talk about Steel Reserve. Where were we, Oda May? So let's think. Oda May, I was in San Diego, wasn't I, sweetheart? I was down in San Diego, and I said, "Yeah, it's a nice mixer, isn't it?" Ellie turned me on to a good value on it, like a 4-pay. Not me, Oda May, but Oda May, remember? We were down in San Diego. I was down in San Diego with Tara, and I wanted to buy a Steel Reserve to do a taste test. And Oda May is like, I'm drinking along with you. I've already got my Steel Reserve, and I ended up not even drinking, finishing the damn thing. It was so funky, and I don't know. Oda May's like, well, I finished mine. I hated that shit. All right, this is really doing good, this pasta dough. Not me, I'm an old pro, baby. Rosie's the old pro. Gotta keep an eye out for Missy Jenn out the window. Could have went by Burn Town. Not me, Cassidy. Rosie's the old pro, baby. That's Steel Reserve. Let's talk again about Steel Reserve. All right, Steel Reserve is, if you want to get a mega buzz on a short amount of liquor, you buy malt liquor. But that stuff has so much sugars and stuff in it, and it just has a sweet component to it that just drives me crazy. I couldn't even finish it. All right, let's set the timer now. All right. That's 10 minutes here. We're going to look at this baby. This is our ravioli roller. I guess if you press real hard, it pushes the filling into the center or whatever. I don't know. No, I'm not going to add any beer. That's just sweet Kathy. Hey, Darren, we're making ravioli. There we go. I'm cooking something up for you. Well, we'll be all dressed up tonight in our, I'll be dressed up in my New Year's Eve finest tonight. That's real nice too. Separated into 3 balls down there. I'm juggling them. There we go. Bring them back together again. This thing is really working today, baby. Hey, yeah, that's it. How you doing, Mindy Francine? There we go. Try this thing tonight. This thing, sometimes it breaks into individual little balls. Must be doing good. Good. Oh, you're a 16-year-old. No, it didn't have any instructions in the box. Didn't have any instructions in the box, Joe. That would feel good on a Friday night, huh? Cassidy, you want a massage? Huh? Good with sour cream, too. Jen is out at the store. Then go get to drop something off. Hey, Lynn Mitchell, happy New Year's Eve to you, my friend. That's the mixer. Hey, Cindy. That's just the mixer. It's a workout today. I can watch that thing all day. Yes, you can be. Thank you, Sean. You certainly helped the mail come into me about that. Thank you. She's got her butt back. I'm trying to crash the party. Yep. We've got about 5 more minutes of eating and then we're all set. I think we got a great dough here. Wonderful dough. Base girl has been using the mixer. There we go. I think tonight's a night for elegance, not so much for space girl. I'm just mesmerized watching this. No, not quite yet. They got him still locked in the garage. I'm really pretty upset about that whole situation over there. I'm really not happy at all. Yeah, it's got to be a stiff dough. It's got to be able to be rolled out. The soft dough is not going to cut it. Alabama, imagine that. Mesmerizing. Once while I blast it. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'll be a topic. Just my usual shit panel will be on the wrong thing. Looks like a dick starting to rise out of the bowl. What the hell? Looks like the dough's got a heart on it. Yeah. Sean the Princess. Oh, you know how it's going to go. I have made a big filling here. I was made like, I know exactly. All right, I think that's it. I think we beat the hell out of that enough. Hey, look at how nice that is. It doesn't stick to anything. So I'm really happy. Just comes right off the dough hook, which is fantastic. Now all we have to do is take that dough a little bit and then wrap that up, and then we can just sheet that out. This just has to relax for about, what do they say? Refrigerate this. Wrap dough in a towel or plastic bag and let rest for 20 minutes. Okay, so we're just going to let this rest. We're just going to leave it in the bowl and just cover it here. How about that? Okay. There we go. We'll just cover that and let that rest a little bit. You shouldn't immediately roll it out. Just let that cover that so that doesn't dry out at all. Just let that rest a bit. We'll get all prepped up for rolling this out. Everything's all pretty cleaned up. I don't think I'm going to need the mixer anymore. This is really nice. It's just professional. You can mix by hand. I don't think you can mix, you're going to work that by hand. It's going to be a lot of work to work it by hand, but that's old school. You can do it. You can definitely work that by hand, but it's very old school. You do it that way. That meat filling I'm going to mix 1 egg in too, as a little bit of binder to hold that together. Okay. Let's see. I'm a bull in the china shop. Supposed to smack the dough. I probably will smack it. I'll probably smack myself in the head with a beer bottle later. Let's get this a really heavy mixer here. Ooh. I'll tell you what, there ain't nothing like a KitchenAid. That's for damn sure. We can start prepping our counter here a little bit. I don't think we're going to need this anymore. That semolina flour is really a tough flour. I think I'll be starting about 8 o'clock or 8:30, something like that. Oda. I may take Jen just up to Applebee's tonight. We want to make sure our counter is really clean here. Okay, let's get this. Yeah, I need a mixer. I had to wait till imagine just the way you made them with our own homemade sauce from the Rancho here. That's what I think makes it super special, Linda. All right, here we go. Go ahead and get this cleaned up really well. I think my dough is good. I think my dough is pretty good. Nothing like a granite counter here. All right. Good. Folks drinking wine from others' feet. Who in the hell drinks wine from people's feet? I mean, I've done body shots with chicks before, but I never had drank wine off of somebody's feet. I mean, I've done some pretty wild stuff. Oh shit, Jen's home. Oh shit, here comes Jen. Here comes Missy Jenn. Jen will look at the clock and look at me. It was peer pressure. It was my friends made me do it. Oh, here comes the countdown. I'm allowed to drink, yeah. She's not much into me drinking during the daytime, you know. Let's see if we can schmooze her a little bit here. Hi, honey. How's your day? She doesn't look happy. Where did she go? Where the hell is she? I think she wants to cut up the Christmas tree. Think somebody's horny. Somebody's horny already, huh? Let's take a look at our meat filler. Awesome hookers in the house. I think I'm going to add 1 egg just to kind of bind this together real well. Georgie! Woo! What are you making? Georgie! Hello! What's going on? Huh? Are you happy?
Yes, I can.
You doing all right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got some ricotta cheese. What's going on? Everybody said to say hi to you.
Hi, everybody.
You come in. Come on. I mean, they're gonna.
I'm in my work clothes. What are you doing?
Nothing. I didn't do anything wrong. Do I look guilty right now? Huh? What do we got? More fan mail? What do we got? Okay. All right. We'll say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Jeremy, you know, Annabella, 60s flower child. Not nice try here. Hello?
Somebody's drinking already. Blame
Beat her
Blame
ass. Yeah,
Blame
I will
that.
beat her ass, but not on camera because it ain't gonna be pretty. Hi, Megan, Jeremy, Mike, Darren,
It ain't gonna. The house smells.
Douglas,
How the house smells when
Tony,
you walk in? Pretty good.
Christy. Smells great.
Smells
Kim,
pretty good.
Lara, Joey D, Charlotte, Kitty, Oda May, Mr. Pickle, Harvey, Awesome Hooker, Cassidy. Big hugs, kisses, and all my love to each and every one of you.
Are you gonna put your thigh-high German boots on tonight?
And Susie girl, Happy
Kick some
New Year.
ass.
Love you, each and every one
That's
of
all bound together really well now.
you. Against the wind.
See how that
Lisa,
sticks there?
how's it in the? How is it? I heard it's gonna be pretty cold there in the Ozarks,
Those Slim Jims aren't kind.
in Missouri. It's gonna be pretty cold.
Sorry, I had to have a beer.
You can have another. You have to
Wow.
have two.
Wow.
One can only stand
Must
good
be
on
New
two.
Year's. Huh?
So Happy New Year.
Thank you.
I'm in an extraordinarily good mood.
Yeah, normally you'd be putting my head through the wall.
Yeah,
right now.
usually I would put you in the ringer and choke you, taking the choke slam, but I have had a good day. Like usually I'd be like,
Call 911. Call the popo. Call the popo.
How do you like that pizza? Imagine me with my police hat on.
Abuse on the Rancho. Abuse.
I'll come and talk you too, Megan. It'll be my pleasure.
You don't think this broad is
You'll
talking
come and stand in line. I'll talk you to everybody. It'll be my pleasure. Come to my parlor. It'll be my pleasure.
I'm just saying, Sydney, call 911 for me, okay? Guten
Rutsch, awesome hooker, y'all. Guten Rutsch, it's Naya, yeah.
Did awesome hooker say something bad about me or what? Was she?
So anyways, hugs, love, and kisses to all of you. I got things to do. I got lots of things to do. So I've been all over God's green acres today. I was on a highway going 95 miles an hour, beating those big ass trucks, outrunning them. So, woo! Now learn to love it.
Learn to love it, baby.
You all have a great one. Enjoy the Rosie girl here on the show. Smash that thumbs up.
Brooke says, I am the show.
Smash that thumbs up and share the love. I have to go to the bathroom. I've been running around all over the place, picking up stuff. And
Megan Fox, we don't need no lube, honey.
visiting people and seeing people. And
yeah, she's happy and healthy. She's feisty as hell. All right. Let's see what we're going to do now. Let's just try a test spin with this. Let's get our dough. Let's get our pastry cutter here, our bench scraper. Let's knock off a hunk of this. All right, let's see if we can roll this out at all. Let's see how this is going to work down here, okay? Let's get that down here. Seems like it has good pliability. It's going to have good stretch to it. Let's go ahead. It's not going to stick. Doesn't feel like it wants to stick to anything either. Let's see if we can roll that out or if it still needs to rest a little more. You got me something or George?
I got George something.
Oh, you got George something. Did you get anything from me?
Yeah, chokehold.
You got a chokehold for me? Try rolling this out. The nice thing about this is not sticky at all. This dough. Not sticky at all. I'm going to sheet this out pretty thin here.
I got jerky bites.
You got what?
Jerky bites?
Jerky bites for me or for the dog?
Where you at, the dog?
Yeah, I know you often put jerky in there, and I think it's human food, and then I'm eating dog treats all the time around here. That really sucks, let me tell you. Actually, they don't taste too bad. You know, doggy treats. See how nice that is? We can make, I think we can roll that out pretty darn skinny, huh? Oh, you're a hand girl. There you go. Look at how we're doing, man. We're making raviolis here. Holy hell. We're doing it, guys. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? We're making raviolis. We're making raviolis. See, you got a really good dough to work with now. It's nice and pliable. Yeah, king of swag. Give good hand. I do give good hand jobs, actually. To men and women. All right, here we go. All right. I just want to roll this out real good here. I'm going to sheet that. I'm really happy about this. Stuff is really pliable. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. But trying to get this to the approximate shape that we can roll out here. Rolling on that good. Where in the hell's Ellie when you need her? Where in the hell's Ellie? Usually Ellie's in here cocking up my program. All right, let's see. Let's try this. Let's look at this wheel of doom and see what this looks like now. Let's try a sample roll down here to see where the filling goes. Okay, that's pretty cool. I can basically see where we want the filling there. I don't know if you guys can see that. way down on there, the impressions on there. That's where we want to kind of put the filling. But we need to get our, we need to have a second one to go before we can do this one. So let's sit this right over here and let's get our second one ready to roll, okay? All right. Get the bench scraper. Who's cyber marrying here? Megan Fox, are you slobbering, my girl? Are you slobbering? All right, let's roll this one out. I think I probably eat more dog treats around here. Jen just mixes up the human treats with the dog ones around this place. What I think is a Slim Jim is a rawhide bite and stuff. All right. Lower the camera. Sorry, Mike. Here we go. Just take some time to roll these out. I don't have a sheeter here.
It's really delicious new ones here.
Yeah, and I don't want these thick. I want these pretty thin size. So, right. Rolling that out real good. This takes some real effort. You could probably just do this right on the ground here. This is not sticky at all. This, but it has to be rolled out pretty thin. Can't be super thick. Okay, and we just stretch that a little bit. Let me see how this is going to be if I do this on the counter. Hold on a minute. This dough is worked beautifully, so it's not, has no stickiness to it at all. I like that. Okay. What do you think, Harvey? Just like Mama used to make? Harvey's like, Rosie, come over and nurse me back to health, please. There we go. Kind of a weird shape, but I'm making hats, right? Making hats, so let's see. I've just rolled, I got enough for like 3 pockets on there, boom, boom, boom. And I think I can put some of this filling in here. Let me get a little spooner here. I think that's pretty damn good. Let's get a spoon. Let's put some in here. Okay. Make sure that probably I'll be ending up overloading it here. Okay, but it'll be all right. It'll squeeze that together so tight. Should be okay. And then we'll just drop that other sheet right over top of that, and that filling will be squeezed out between these. Does that look pretty good? It looks pretty good. I'm liking the looks of that. Kind of squeeze that together. See how that goes. It's probably a little too much in a lot of these, but we can just equalize that. Equalize that up a little bit. What do you think, Mama Hooker? Am I doing it or what? Am I getting her done? All right, there we go. Let's try compressing that a little bit in the centers, and then we'll try to lay the other sheet on top of that. And hopefully that'll seal up pretty good there. Yeah, the dog is a pug mix. Yeah, that's the Georgie boy. Okay, so we're gonna lay this right over top right now. Just like that. So you can see how they're starting to come out right there. That's pretty darn cool. Now let's see if we can align this thing properly. This is the real trick, I think, right here. Oh man, Don't tell me we got it. I think we got it pretty right the first time right there. Look at that. Not bad. Look at that. Not bad, Linda. Huh? What do you think, girlfriend? What do you think? I'm actually pretty darn proud of that. What do you think, Oda Mae Brown? You think Rosie's got some skills on that? I think that has to be pressed down really well. We'll get that edge done a little bit. I think that looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? I'm a little shocked that that worked out. Cut that right down the side. And there they are right there. Unbelievable. All right, let's go ahead and see if these should all be sealed real good too. We'll go ahead and, gotta hold that up high. Take them right down the middle, just like so. Here, look at that, guys. Raviolis. Woo! Man, look at that. I shocked the hell out of myself with that. Get these on a plate and flour these a little bit. Man, I'm shocked as hell, to tell you the truth. Get a little bit of flour down here. That's like a serving right there. Huh? Doesn't that look good? I wouldn't say I'm skillful everything, Harvey, but I'll say I'm pretty impressed with that. Let's get our bench scraper, kind of pick them up and just flour them a slight bit. Make sure we don't have any holes in them. Just flour them a little bit so they don't stick. Because these really, you can't cook them up. You should not. Ellie said that you should let these rest. Let these rest overnight. And if you have any edges that aren't sealed, just now's the time to kind of seal them up on there. Okay, but I'm pretty happy with that. Any that's sticking out a little bit, just pull it off. And just give that a little tuck and a pinch. Man, that's really nice. And there's a completed little pillow. Isn't that good, Kim? I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. Just pinch them down a little bit. That's awesome. If it's a little too much dough, just pinch some off of it. Just cut it off and put it away. We let them. Ellie said these should dry overnight before you try to cook them off. I'm just kind of making sure that the edges are really sealed here. They look pretty good. I mean, they definitely look like raviolis. They definitely look like raviolis. Just pinch those pillows a little bit, and then I think you can just drop them in water. I think the old wives' tales till they float, but I think it's actually, this is already a pre-cooked filling, so probably takes 8 to 12 minutes to cook these up. Okay, so we're just making our first layer of these. And then I'm gonna refrigerate these overnight. I'm really happy with the way these look. What do you think? Yeah, some people say until they float to the surface, and then some people have gone to great lengths to prove that that's not quite correct that way. So I'm no expert, so I don't know. But I do know that the filling is all pre-cooked, so there's no chance of any illness or anything on that. That's pretty cool. Okay, one more, and then we got our first layer here. Perfect. Not really anything in that one, so we'll throw that in there. And I think I'll put a little layer of wax paper on that first roll. Man, you talk about beginner's luck. Wow. First time out of the gate. We talk about beginner's luck. Wow. How about that? Beginner's luck. Isn't that good? I say we try both ways. Yeah, well, we'll be cooking this tomorrow night. According to Ellie, you should never serve pasta the night that you make it. You should always serve it up the next night. So let's go ahead and knead off another one here. Yeah, they can't. I'm really shocked. I'm thinking toasted ravioli. Some people like it with just olive oil and some rosemary on it, which is pretty cool. I'm stunned actually at how these turned out. I think I got a lot of filling. Yeah, gnocchi. We call it GNOCCI here. All right, let's go ahead and try another one. Our dough is really good. I think that's the key. You have to have the right consistency of the dough. Man, this thing was pretty awesome. Like, wow. I guess it's not necessary to have it, but it certainly made it a lot of fun to have that. Okay. Certainly don't want it too thick, this pasta. Probably want it the thickness of like a lasagna noodle, something like that. Oh, you're ordering manicotti. There we go. Waiting for some meat to drop. There we go. Waiting for some meat to drop. I'm gonna roll this out thin. Make this super thin. Make sure you don't stretch it or tear it here. I wish I had a sheeter. Those sheeters are nice. Oh, thank you, Kim. Well, I'm really surprised. I did not expect the first time out of the gate that it would be nailing these. I'm really stunned. Trick is just rolling these out nice and not too thick. Okay, just take your time. Douglas Fairchild, you got to try making this for your mom, huh? Douglas is the expert cookie maker. Expert cookie maker. It's not getting thinner. Getting thinner. Getting thinner. Yeah. Liking that. Let's see what we got for. Let's see what we got here. We'll be able to do another 3 good ones here, I think. So let's lift this up now. Let's set this over here. And let's roll out our next sheets. Yeah, it's a lot of work, Sandy. It's a lot of work. Just the rolling part, but some some pasta machines have sheeters on it that you put this through. The real part is just rolling out the dough. That's the real work. Mamma mia. It's like Harvey's mommy used to say, Harvey, I work so hard. You don't eat, Harvey. Why you don't eat, Harvey? You break your mother's heart. Eat, Harvey, eat. Yeah, Julia Child, what do you think about that, this girl's journey? What do you think about that, huh? What do you think about that? Hmm? Yeah. It's going pretty good. I just want to see how thin I can get one of these babies. This is some really tough dough. This stuff would be great for pizza. Look at how yellow this dough is. Afta, there she is. How you doing, sweetie? Happy New Year to you. And yours. See how very thin I can get this. Trick is rolling all the way to the edge. Don't stop. Roll right over the edge. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Should be able to do. Let's see. Yep, should be able to do 3 good ones here, I think. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go ahead and put our filling in here. We can't put a lot in here. Let's center up our filling just like so. I'm trying to keep that nice and centered. All right. Mama bear, those raviolis be coming out everywhere. Mama bear, mama bear. All right. Liking the way that's going. I'm trying to keep a good space between them so we can put that down. All right, that looks good. Let me wash my hands. Got a bit of a leading edge to take off here. I think this is thin enough to go on there. I believe we can drop that right over top, just like so. I like the way this goes down here. All right, then we can take this baby again, the wheel of doom, and we can roll it forward again. There it is, perfect. Man, look at that. Woo! Gosh, that's perfect. That is perfect. That thing does such a great job. I go around a little extra press just in case. But man, that does a good job. Okay. Get that back in there. Squeeze that edge a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. Happy about that. Oh, thank you. I don't have much skill. I just, just following directions. Just a little extra, just put it back in the pot and throw your dough back in there. It's all good. First time I've ever done these bad boys. I'm really happy about the way I'm just making sure I've got all pressed down before I cut here. You got to make sure don't stretch the dough too much. So, all right, here we go. Come on. Right there. All right, we got our next batch. Let's throw a little flour down. That looked good. Nice and sealed there. I think Jen's cutting up the Christmas tree right now. There we go. Boom. You can use your bench scraper to get them up if you need to. Okay. And just make sure that they're nicely sealed at the edges. Okay. Hey, Snickerdoodle. Pretty cool, I think. Pretty cool. We need Vinny here. We need the Italian stallion in here for the final word. A little excess dough, just take it off and just seal them up real good. Yeah, I'm real happy with the way it turned out. So I think when you refrigerate it, it kind of sets the dough a little more, which is nice. There you have your perfect little ravioli there. There we go. Okay, Anonymous Glitch, take care. Clear a little bit and pinch that down. Yeah, that's good. Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, you wish, Harvey? Yeah, I bet your mom made these things for you, didn't she? Harvey, you got to eat. Harvey, eat. Like your mama cooking. Harvey, you break your mama's heart. Look at you, you're getting so thin, you're not eating. Harvey, you breaking your mama's heart. All right, there we go. Tuck that in and just squeeze that. Any little excess, just pull it out. All right, there's our little pillows. All right, let's take a little break. Finish this ramen and malt liquor. There you go, Black Sheep. The New Year's of Champions. Harvey, why you no eat? Your mama slave over the hot stove all day. Harvey, look at you. All right. Little pillows, baby. Little pillows. We'll get a little faster now. We'll get some of the scraps worked in here too. Okay. Nice thing about this dough, it incorporates really well. You wish I was stuffing your ravioli, huh? You guys are too much. Man, this dough is a pleasure to work with too. Doesn't stick to everything. I don't need to use a crap load of flour. It's really nice. All right. Want to see Mama Bear? Mama Bear, I'm doing a throwdown challenge for you for raviolis. There you go. I'm challenging you to the ravioli blue. Happy New Year to you, my friend. And I hope all your dreams come true. Have financial success, happiness, and good health for 2019. Harvey, eat, Harvey. Okay, take care. Thank you. Love you, honey. Love my awesome hooker. I'm representing today, baby. Representing today. I think we got a good bottom piece right there. Let's see. Yep, I think we can do 3 more right there. Put that aside. All right. Thank you, hooker. Thank you very much, sweetie. Love you, girl. All right. Let's go ahead. Probably got to roll these thinner, but I'm going to enjoy them. I probably have to be really super thin. But first time out of the gate, I think it's fine. Here. I try to really roll these thin, I think, on here. Hey, Kathy! Harvey, eat. Harvey, you don't eat, you get sick. Harvey, I worry you break your mother's heart. I worry you're not eating, Harvey. What really makes it super thin is if you have something that's called a sheeter, and you can do real long strips that are very thin. As it is now, this is quite the process to roll these out. Quite. Oh, Happy New Year. Kissy, kissy face. That's my hooker. My girl was awful stand up last night. Love my hooker. All right, there we go. I'm trying to get this like real thin. Really thin today, just for interest's sake, to see how thin we can make that. You gotta be thin. They're not dumplings. I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree. Probably have to roll out the other one to match this one. I got this one really nice and thin. Luckily, the dough is really pliable. It's not problematic at all. But that's really nice now. That's getting really thin. I'm just doing this like a test one. All right, there we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Just gonna work up a appetite for beer on tonight's New Year's hangout, huh? All right, let's try rolling this baby. Could get quite a few out of this one. Yeah, we could get a few out of this. We need to just set this aside now. And we need to bring back the other one here. We need to really roll this baby thin. All right. What are you testing? Testing opiami? See what Joey D thinks of my technique. His mom must have made raviolis, huh? Getting that nice and thin now. Getting that nice and thin. Yeah, this ain't no country club chat. All right. This ain't no country club chat, brother. There we go. All right, pretty darn good. All right, let's see. Start right there. Got a nice set right here. All right, let's fill them up. I'm happy with that one. Thank you, Perfect. I appreciate that, my friend. These don't take a lot of filling, though. I think the tendency is always to try to put too much in it, and then you have the potential to tear the dough. I don't think that that's a good idea, not to overfill these. Sean, I hope you're feeling better. Sean was under the weather. Of course, I don't know what part of England Sean's from, but he's like from the tough part, you know. Nothing gets Sean down. All right. It's all right, Rosie. My arm is hanging off. I'll be okay. I'll be reporting in tomorrow. No problem. All right. Harvey's like one of those can-do Brits I used to work with in Hong Kong all the time. No problems, mate. Right? He'll drink you under the table and everything else. Yeah, I used to work with the crew at Barring Bank before they went under. Thanks to Nick Leeson. I had ate with that prick before. Down in Singapore. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, Sean is good. Thank you. Thank you, Uber Goober. I'm pretty happy about the way that they've come out. I'm gonna give Uber Goober the Throwdown Challenge, huh? All right, let's go ahead. We got some nice thin. Let's see, we got some nice thin sheets on this one. This should be okay. Stretch that a little bit. Just like so. Tuck that over if you have to. It's looking good, making sure we get all of that dough down. All right. Get that all between there. Before we put that roller on top, I want to make sure this time we're making 12 of these babies at a time. So everything okay, Jen? All right. All right, here we go. Let's try rolling this down. Okay, that worked pretty good right there. Awesome. And these are nice and thin too. These ones, just make sure everything is sealed down really well. Okay, there's our 12. Zoe, how are you today? Hope everything is good in the great state of Maryland today. One of my Maryland sisters there. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead. Chef Rosie, what do you think, Alabella? Chef Rosie's bringing the mail, baby. Dinner's at Rosie's tonight. There we go. All right, we just check and make sure our edges are good. They are. Don't want to cut it too close. Okay. Now these are probably the best ones yet because they're nice and thin. I think they're going to be real good. Okay. Oh, you like this ravioli? Hey, Scarlett, how are you, sweetie? Go ahead. Make sure all your edges are pressed down good. Okay. I really like that roller. Does a great job. And then we'll go ahead and get them cut down to the right side. Just do one right down Broadway. Another one right down Broadway. And there we go. Okay, let's put another layer of wax paper. You want to invite Bobby to see if he wants to come over tonight, Jen? Later on for a hangout. Text Bobby, see if he wants to come over. Yeah. For a New Year's hangout. Tonight, maybe about 8 o'clock or so. See if he wants to. All right. There we go. What do you think, Mike Moore? Pretty good little pillows of joy, and these are going to sit overnight and then have them for dinner tomorrow night. Okay. Make sure they stay sealed. It's good to sit them on the wax paper too. And when you pick them up, you get one little final chance to just make sure they're pinched and sealed. You don't want them opening up when you put them into the boiling water. Okay. Thank you, Harvey. I'm really surprised that I was able to nail this the first time out of the gate, to tell you the honest goodness truth, Harvey. Trick is having that really stiff flour. Makes a really good, really great dough to work with. I think that's really the key with that. Wonder if Elvis is going to do this on his cooking videos, huh? What do you think, Elvis? Maybe I'll just throw down the ravioli challenge for you, brother. All right. Yeah, I think homemade always tastes better. I like my meat filling too. I don't have a lot of weird chemical extenders and stuff in it, so I think that's pretty good. All right. Yeah, well, That's fine, Anonymous. You take care. You have a good one. All right, here we go. Anonymous is an unusual girl. She knows all of age 15, knows all about automatic transmissions and engines and everything surprising, right? Okay. All right, I think we got one more layer to do. One more layer. You think restaurants do this? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving Elvis. Anybody sees Elvis, you tell them I'm giving him the ravioli challenge here. Woo! The ravioli throwdown. Yeah. Well, I think when I'm on the road over May, I'll probably be doing the same thing. You know. Happy New Year, JKM Crave TV. Oda May, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, well, you never know what the future holds. Meeting up with the king, you never know. All right. Roll out another. We got a little bit of meat in there, but it's not going to hurt anything. I think we have enough to just do a few more. Yeah, we don't have a ton of filling left here, so I think this will be our last one here. And I think it's pretty good. What time did we start? Oh, at like 12:30. So it's only been 2 hours. And if you really wanted to, you could definitely eat these tonight if you wanted to. Hey, TLA. Welcome aboard. You really could if you wanted to have these tonight. Work that dough. Sean's like, oh, God. I've already made the sauce. Oh, okay, Oda May. Yeah, it's fine, Oda May. Yeah, I already made the sauce. You can see some of the videos from summer. We put up our own Italian sauce. We harvested about 100 pounds of tomatoes here, and we made our own. We put up about 6 gallons of sauce here. We're getting to be very self-sufficient here on the Rancho. Self-sustaining. We got our own orange juice production now. I mean, well, look at this. Let me show you guys this thing. Thank you, Big T. This is some of our own fresh squeezed orange juice here from our oranges. This stuff is pretty amazing. No added ingredients, no all organic, no sprays, no pesticides. Thank you, Ash. This is our own jarred sauce that we put up. We'll be using this with the raviolis tomorrow night for dinner. So we do a lot of our own stuff here. You add bad vodka. So nice to have a citrus plantation here. We have Washington navel oranges. We have Trovita oranges. We have Palestine orange, also known as the Samuto orange, which is a very rare variety. Robertson navel. We have, what else do we have? We have a Kyushu mandarin, our lemon tree, and we also have Valencia orange tree for juicing. And we have, what else do we have? We have a Seville orange tree for making orange marmalade. You need to have a sour orange to do that. So We're on a half an acre, Mike, but it's in a very urban area here. Well, let's see how this is going to work. Yeah, we should be able to get just enough to finish the job here. Put that aside. We're in a very heavily urban area here. I'm going to have to really do this one. Super. I don't know how. See how thin I can roll this. I don't know how this is going to work. This is all the dough I have left. I might have to just do a hyper skinny roll here. Hope for the best. We're on a half an acre, but our goal is to produce about 2 tons of fruit a year here. And we haven't even begun to cultivate the back half acre here. All right. There we go. It's going to be very dip. I don't think I'm going to get the full measure out of this one unless I really am able to really roll this out. Bam. Nice and thin. All right. If I had to do it all over again, I would really roll these super skinny. Super duper skinny. Thin, real thin. Because this dough is so good. The stretch factor on this dough is unbelievable. Incredible amount of stretching on this. Oh, y'all are too much. I'm just an old YouTube crow coming up on my 6th year. All right. Okay, so I think we'll be able to get just another 12 out of here, and that will be it. Okay. And then we'll get ready for tonight. Any of you want to? There'll probably be a few hangouts going on. I know Tara wants to panel up, and I'm sure Ellie will be around. And a lot of people don't go out. It's too dangerous now on New Year's Eve, so we'll be partying tonight. Welcoming in a new year. Okay, take care, TLA. Maybe I'll see you tonight. It's going to be a late night extravaganza baloo. And then I think Coop is coming back next Saturday. So, okay. Ella, you're too cute. All right. Here we go. Let's cover these bad boys. This should be pretty good. All right. You don't want to stretch it too much when you're doing that. Just define it. And then we'll run our roller down it. All right, look at how nice I love the way this thing punches them out. Look at that. Look at that. All right, that nice. And I'm just kind of rolling that edge just to make sure everything's sealed. Just take it over those edges. Can't hurt. All right, there we go. All right. All right, here we go. Me old eyes. Been lucky. I've been blessed with health, that's for sure. Let's get these all nice. These are probably the best ones I've produced. The thickness is proper. Everything is good for these. Good thickness, good everything. chicken. That's it. Oda May, if you don't mind, I'm also gonna probably keep you as a wrench going forward, if it's okay with you, just to be able to have that. You know, probably like 3 is ideal. You know, when you're here and Tom's here, and usually one of you's here when the other ones can't be. So, if it's okay with you, because I have 100% confidence and trust in you. If that's okay. If not, just let me know. And that's it. So we're going to go ahead and just seal these off. And then we can just refrigerate these tonight. And then tomorrow we'll have them for New Year's. What do you think of that? Oh, I wanted to just say, Oda May, I wanted to see, I really do believe I need that 3rd wrench for full coverage on my chats. So I was wondering if you would be willing to just continue to hold a wrench in the chat is all. And that's going to be the only 3, since you and I know each other very well in real life too. So just wanted to see if you would be you're making me, yeah, I'm making ravioli, baby. Finishing up my raviolis. Hey, Mrs. Zombie, nice to see you. Just finishing up some raviolis today. Okay, thank you, Oda May. All right, that'll give us good coverage. People, and also gives people the freedom to go where the hell they want to go. You know, because you can't ask people to be joined at the hip when you're having chats. I like to have people to go everywhere and hang out. But there's just certain people you get to know well over time, and Oda and I have you know, good communications and stuff. So she communicates better than I do, actually. So okay, all right. Happy New Year to you, Issy Ravioli. All right. Well, that was quite a productive day, guys. We've used about all of the filling on there, and we've got, I don't know, maybe 50, maybe 40 raviolis on here. So I would have to say this was very successful. So what I'm going to do is get cleaned up. I'll probably take Missy Jenn over to Applebee's or something for dinner tonight, and then we will see you guys if you care to join. I'm going to be having a hangout about between 8 and 8:30 p.m. Pacific Coast time, and bring in the new year. We'll have anybody on panel that wants to join. Yeah, you're going to boil them, but you should always let them sit. According to Ellie, my friend, they should always sit for 24 hours to dry out and probably seal a little bit more. That flour and dough will melt together a little more. So, okay, special thank you to Oda May Brown for wielding the wrench today. I appreciate that. Oda May, Kathy Griffiths, Opiami, Darren, Issy, Mike Moore, everybody else that came through in here. Harvey, I hope you feel better. Rest up, get plenty of rest. And I will see you guys this evening. So thanks again for hanging out and joining me, Mr. Pickle, in making raviolis. Okay, Happy New Year, everybody.